What's up, family? You know what it is. It's Sunday. Getting my salads on, meal prep, all that good stuff. Hopefully everybody's had a good holiday, 4th of July. Time always goes by quicker when you're off from work or trying to be productive in other areas. Like I said, my YouTube channel, I've had a strike against the channel, so I've not been able to upload any content since last Wednesday. And we are on Sunday right now. But, you know, like I said, it's a blower in a sense because, like I said, the moment I monetize, that's the moment I get a strike on my channel. So still learning the social media game every day, something always new to learn, but it is what it is. But I know I will not be uploading as many shorts because it seems to be the shorts that have always been the videos that have given me the most views, but then it's the ones that give me the most issues in regards to copyright and strikes. So I will not be uploading any more videos that have any music on it. Please go to my other social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and that's where you'll see more of the funnier stuff in the future when it comes to the content and whatnot. But outside of that, I'll just be posting mostly my regular videos, and I'll really scrutinize the videos that I post on YouTube in regards to shorts. I won't even try to post that many shorts like I've been doing with my ice machine. But I won't be posting as many shorts as I used to because the goal was to post a short a day to get at least 1,000 views a day, things of that nature. But like I said, I'm going to be switching it up. Post like maybe 2 shorts a week and make sure that there's no music, no funny violence, because basically the video that got the violation on YouTube was a drunk woman falling down the stairs. But I guess it's because, which a lot of people found funny, and of course certain people in the video didn't find it so funny, but it was captured on the person's, alarm system. And the person actually posted it on their own social media platform. So that's why I'm just like, if you can laugh at yourself, you can laugh at anybody. That's one of the biggest problems we have in the world nowadays. People are just so wound tight and uptight. I think that's why so many people enjoy getting high and getting drunk, because they're so uptight, to the point where they can't even just relax on just regularly relax, like sometimes, like for me, like I like a good rum and coke. If you see me keep hitting my phone, it's because I'm making my salads. But then sometimes I can enjoy some tea, which can be just as relaxing as drinking rum and coke. Spread love, not hate, straight up and down. But that's my personal opinion, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people just don't know how to, relax and be chill. That's one thing I think folks in the South and the West Coast got right in the United States of America. It's the most laid-back, chillest parts of the country to live in. To be in is the Deep South and the West Coast, because the East Coast, where I'm from, the Northeast, because I'm from the East Coast, but I'm from the DMV area, so that's like, it's East Coast, but it's slightly south. So it's a great mixture of all that. But the one thing in the DMV area that we have inherited in a big way is uptightness. And with that kind of culture, it's just, that's why most people walk around looking like they want to kill each other, or walking around like they stress the hell out all the time. And for me, that's just not a life to live. But that's just me, on my personal opinion. But anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys have done over the weekend. Did you do the fireworks? Did you do the barbecue? Did you get it in? Did you put folks with the family? Did you go to the pool? Did you go to the beach? Work on tan lines, work on swimming, work on relaxing, just having a good time. What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? That is the question. So I'll leave it at that. But yeah, life is good. And, I'm just fortunate to be alive, fortunate to have this extra time off. Fortunate to have the right people in my life, fortunate to have the wrong people out of my life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know in the comment section what y'all ended up doing. Like I said, this is the one thing I like to do once a week with the meal prep. I was going to do this on Instagram, but I was like, you know what? I'll just do it on Facebook today. Hit the like button if you have not. Subscribe to my YouTube channels. First YouTube channel, Larry's Anything Goes, LLC. Very simple. Once again, Larry's Anything Goes, LLC. Second YouTube channel, subscribe to Patterson L Properties, LLC. Once again, Patterson L Properties, LLC. All right. Didn't have this time this weekend to review. We'll be going live next weekend on the YouTube channel. We'll have a special guest, Michael Alcantara. I used to work with him, IT specialist. He's created a book and he'll be talking about that. I won't go into any detail now because you got to tune in on Larry's Anything Goes LLC. It's been, like I said, it's been years since I've actually interviewed anybody on my channel, so this will be a real good thing. Hopefully I can get back into doing that more so. But, you know, when you work with other people, sometimes it's a yes and sometimes it's a no. So that's why I'm like I said, that's a hope. Because I know I can come on here and post and whatnot, but can I get somebody else? Like, because a lot of people I have great conversations with, I just don't get it recorded like I want to. And that's cool too. You know, it's like, it's not the end of the world. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do in this life. But anyways, yeah, hopefully everybody is having a great day. Hopefully the weather, you know, like I said, you know what it is, it's meal prep time. Hopefully the weather is nice out there where you're at. You know, prayers out to the folks in Texas. I know you guys have been going through it. With the flooding and things of that nature, it's never easy. I get my chop on. It's never easy, and you know, it's all unfortunately like with Texas. I got nothing but love and respect for the folks that live in Texas. They always gotten a hurricane or tornado and flooding happening. Always, you know, like it's always something, unfortunately. So, God bless those that are dealing with it, and hopefully, you know, I know people have lost their lives, so that's why it's definitely not a laughing matter. You know, and I just hope that, you know, whatever the case may be, people get through it. People are supportive of other people, and you just go from there. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I look at it at the end of the day. You know, like once again, moments like this makes me fortunate to, thankful to have, say, you know, I have what I have, and I just go from there. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, unfortunately, too many people in this life are always worried about what somebody else has to say, what somebody's thinking. I'm just like I always say, you weren't born to put on this earth to be worried about what the hell other people have to say about you. It's all about what you have to say about yourself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a nice Sunday, even winding down. Like I said, time is flying. Time flies when you're having fun. And didn't even realize it's like you wake up, it's Sunday morning, like dang, sleep in. And then of course when you sleep in, next thing you know, half the day is over when you're running around and doing errands and things of that nature. So it's crazy, but it's cool. Let me know in the comment section what you've done. Let me know if you guys have any future trips coming up. I got my trips coming up, Atlanta bound, possibly LA bound, New Orleans bound, London bound, Phoenix bound. You know, still trying to need to muster up enough time to review the whole travel business so I can get that started up again and go from there. But we'll see what happens. Anybody has any health suggestions, you know, hey, put it out there. I would say this is one. These black chia seeds, these are great to put into your salads because they, you know, it's like a good supplement of just a great natural cleansing. Speaking of cleansing, that's the tea I'm drinking right now. It's natural cleansing. It's nice and relaxing at the same time, but it's a great natural cleansing. You know, it's 2025. You got to do your best to be as healthy as possible. I mean, heck, even the water that I'm drinking now, it's got lemon, cucumber, and mint in it. So great natural cleansing and whatnot. So we got to do our best in this life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know if you have any future plans for this summer. You know, I'll just let you know mine. Definitely might be trying to go to Virginia Beach as well. Next weekend, going to go see comedian Tony Baker. Funny as hell. He lives in Inglewood now, but he's from Chicago, Illinois. Hey, Tony Baker. I actually had a chance to have a drink with him last year. It was in downtown Inglewood, Los Angeles. At a nice little lounge area, and I just happened to see him, and I was just like, I kept saying, like, I know this guy from somewhere, and I was by myself, and I was just like, hey, excuse me, sir, aren't you comedian Tony Baker? He said, yeah, man, that's me. You ever look him up on Instagram? He makes the funniest videos of animals fighting each other and talking trash and whatnot to each other, so it's the funniest thing ever. He does great voiceovers, and his comedy is impeccable as well. But I was like, yeah, man, I'll leave you alone. You know, keep up the good work, like what you're doing. He's like, man, why don't you come over here and have a drink with me, brother? I said, cool. And then I was like, of course, I copied what he says. I said, skip dee 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 dee, and he just busted out laughing. So, you know, and I know folks that live in LA, they see celebrities all the time. But me living in the DMV area, you know, Northern Virginia, 40 minutes south of Washington D.C. without traffic. You know, we don't see celebrities like that. Celebrities that people hear are stupid Congress people and politicians. So since I grew up in this environment, seen one, you've seen them all. And the airport I fly from, DCA, that's where the majority of the Congress people fly from. So So yeah, like I said, seen one, seen them all. Been on airplanes with Congress people. So seen one, seen them all. They're all full of it, anyways. All right, cool. So we got that portion of the greens, peppers cut up. Got to get my tuna fish because you got to get your protein in your diet, so your stomach doesn't cause a riot. So got that. Got the chop. You wonder what the chopping was? It was for this. Put it in my salads, big man salads as they call it, so I can be nice and full by the time I leave work and whatnot and head to the gym. So yeah, going back into another week of getting things done and looking forward to the next holiday. You know, beautiful thing about the summertime, guys going to any parks like Universal Studios. What we got here is Busch Gardens, King's Dominion, things like that. You know, Disneyland, Disney World. What do you got going on this summer? You know, everybody's got to have some summer plans. Whether it's simple or major, let me know what you guys got going on this summer. You know, and like I said, if you're watching, do me a favor, hit the like button. Do me a favor, go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Larry's Anything Goes LLC, Pattersonell Properties LLC, and we're gonna go from there. But anyway, so I got the tomatoes, I got that, I got to get the tuna. All right, that's the last thing, and we done with this beautiful thing called meal prep. All right, meal prep. What you got to say about my meal prep? All right, that's chicken with the bone. My black butter's out. Don't worry about it. Alright, cool. Anyways, and if you have any meal prep suggestions, because every now and then you got to switch it up. When it comes to eating food, I'm a very simple, simplistic person. This is definitely not the one I bought. I'm a very simplistic person. What the hell is my stuff? You know, very simplistic with it. It's a rarity. I go outside of the box, or as they say, go against the grain. You know, because sometimes you just gotta, you know, stick to your normal routine and do what you do. You know what I'm saying? So, not trying to look at that. Sometimes you just gotta stick to your normal routine and do what you do. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Now, a lot of people, they like to eat instead of salads they'll eat wraps. A lot of people are getting away from bread and whatnot, so they're eating what they call lettuce wraps, or they'll have like chicken or fish or whatever in a specific wrap, and they'll wrap it up instead of using the regular tortilla. You know, they'll use lettuce wrap and things of that nature, which is very healthy. And shout out to the vegans. I give them credit. I don't eat meat as much as I used to, but after having a burger last night, I understand why a lot of people have gone vegan and whatnot. But I still indulge in red meat, but mostly for me, it's just chicken and fish. You know, at the end of the day, so because I understand why more and more people are becoming vegan. Like when I go to Atlanta, I'm trying to go check out the place called the Slutty Vegan. As a matter of fact, last summer I went to the Slutty Vegan. It was the first time I checked out. I had vegan food, and it was actually pretty good. I had a vegan burger and everything. I was just like, man, this stuff is on the money. Shoot. So like when I go back to InvestFest, or I go back to Atlanta again, I'm definitely checking out Slutty Vegan, because that food was on the money. And then it's funny because after you get your food, they said thanks for getting slutted out. So I just think that's funny. I know a lot of people a little bit more conservative, like, why would they say something like that? You know, uptight people. But I'm just like, you know, sometimes just stop being so uptight. Chill, relax. Lord have mercy. That's why some people die early, man, because they just round tight. They don't just know how to relax and just let things happen. You know, sometimes you just gotta let things be, let people be who the hell they are. And as long as nobody's getting killed and raped, you know, then it's all good, you know. As I say in Texas, everything's chicken but the bone, because my black butt is at home. You feel me? Like, Lord have mercy. But some people, you know, they're going to be who they are. And, you know, that's the one lesson I've learned in this life of 2025. If you're going to be miserable, I say this all the time, get the hell away from me. If you're going to be negative, Mr. or Mrs. Negativity, stay the hell away from me. On some realness. So who the hell is up? somebody was coming to my house. I'm like, what we doing? Like, you don't want this nonsense. So, anyways, before I end this off, because I was just saying I was going to keep it simple and sweet and to the point. One thing 50 Cent said in the video I just shared on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, and X. If you're on X, check out Larry's Anything Goes LLC. TikTok, Larry's Anything Goes LLC. Instagram, Larry's Anything Goes LLC. Facebook, Larry's Anything Goes LLC. He said a person should always, unless somebody's trying to kill you, always avoid a confrontation. Always avoid a confrontation. And I'm just like, okay, that really stuck with me. Because you've had people that get into fights and unfortunately lose their life because somebody stepped on their shoes, because somebody said something stupid to them, or because somebody, looked at them the wrong way and whatnot. And my mindset is just like, look, man, as long as nobody put their hands on me, there's no reason for me to want to start a fight with anybody. Because 50 Cent even said, remember, like, you notice it's usually the broke loser in the room who wants to start a fight. It's never the rich, successful person that's trying to start a fight with you. And I'm like, that's real talk. That's real talk. It's like the people who are low-key, handle their business, doing what they got to do, they're the least amount of people that are going out of their way to try to start a fight with people. I'm just like, that's the God's honest truth. Because I'm just like, when you have something to lose, especially about people that have families and whatnot, when you got stuff to lose and whatnot, you don't have time to be around people, if you care about your family, you don't have time to be around people though, that act like they ain't got nothing to lose. It always boils back to you evolve, you disappear. And that's why we say age is nothing but a number, because a lot of people just never evolve. They don't evolve from high school. They don't evolve from college. They just don't evolve from childhood. The best days are behind them. And that's another thing, because living in the DMV area, a lot of people have a working retirement mindset to where their best days in life are only in their 20s and early 30s. Once they get past 35, their best days are behind them. All they want to do, and which is nothing wrong with that, but my mindset is it's got to be more to life than just Netflix and chill. That has to be. But for a lot of people, it's the end of the line. They got to do Netflix and chill when they just want to sit down and not do anything and accomplish anything. And that's when you really stop living. I've seen people at senior citizens' homes getting out and accomplishing things and doing things in life just for the heck of it. Whether it works out or not, they doing it for the heck of it because they just want something to do. They want to feel important and they want to feel a part of something. So, to me, the moment we stop living is the moment we stop trying. You feel me? But yeah, the moment we stop living is the moment we stop trying. But yeah, 50 Cent had it right. It was like, cause I was talking to my boy Troy, and he was like, me and him were very similar in regards of we're very non-confrontational people. We're the last people that are ever going to try to start a fight. We're actually the biggest people that are going to go out of our way to avoid a confrontation because that's just not who we are. It's not who we've ever been. We're talking about guys we grew up with, like they were like back in the day, they the main ones were like, hey, if it's on, it's on. And they like, if you want to try to get down, let's get down. They look for fights. We never look for fights. We try to avoid fights. And even as grown men, we avoid, we go all of our way to avoid fights and confrontation because, what's the point unless somebody's trying to kill me? So that's how I look at that. Like, unless you're trying to kill me, what's the point of me trying to get to an altercation with you? This doesn't make any sense. It's an oxymoron. It's straight up idiotic. Or as they say in Spanish, idiota. Idiota, baboso. So anyway, go out of your way to avoid conflict unless somebody's trying to kill you. Go out of your way to avoid negativity unless because sometimes negativity can't add value to one's life. Case in point, one of my nephews has his own junk removal business, cleaning businesses, landscaping businesses. A lot of his customers can be very negative. A lot of his customers can bring a lot of drama to him. But a lot of his customers pay money. A lot of his customers can do what? Refer his business to other people. So therefore his business can grow, clientele can grow, his relationships can grow, and therefore a negative time and negative equals a positive. Boom. You ever see that movie called Stand and Deliver? And that's old school. Now I'm showing my age. Edward James Olmos directed and starred in that movie, playing Mr. Escalante. And that was one of the first biggest math problems I ever learned back when I was in elementary school. Lewis Diamond Phillips started in the movement and whatnot. But a lot of times, a negative times a negative in life as a whole, not just in math, can equal a positive. It's just on all and how one spends it. Okay? So I'll leave it at that. Friendships, relationships, people having children by the wrong individuals, but the child becomes a blessing, and therefore that negative from that relationship can turn into a blessing, therefore turns into a positive. So, and for me, I always try to look for the positive in everything. And if I've given up on it, that just means it's gone to crap, just like a lot of people, and I leave them the hell alone because once again, life's too short. Okay, life's too short. The older I get, the less nonsense I want, the less stuff I need. I just want to learn more, earn more, and have more life experiences. You know, simple things in life that makes a brother happy. You feel me? Tu sabes, mi gente? So it is what it is. All right, we are officially done with the salads, ensaladas, para la semana, and everything's chicken but the bone. So, anyways. Might go live on TikTok or Instagram later, but just wanted to do this little live because I like to go live when I'm making I like to go do these lives when I'm actually doing something because just sitting down talking, I got to multitask, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you see, building this up, all 5 of my salads and saladas. So you see right there. All right. So yeah, like I said, anybody, if you have any, this is basically like nutritional talk in a sense, but if anybody has any good suggestions on, good foods, healthy foods, not overly expensive foods to eat, go all 5 of them bad boys. They look so good, like a thick BBW. You feel me? But anyways, yeah. So, yeah, any suggestions, put them in the comment section. Like I always say, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, go to the YouTube, or even look me up on Facebook. Hit LarrysAnythingGoes LLC. Can't put it any other way at the end of the day. So, but yeah, let me know if you got any future travels for the summertime. Might be able to hook you up with some deals since I'll be starting to travel business again. Didn't have time to look into it this weekend, but definitely next weekend, and go from there. You know what I'm saying? But life is good. We just gotta keep this train moving. So. Cool. Anyways, as I always say, do the good, the free things. Like, share, subscribe. Have a great day. Make money moves or you're gonna live well looking forward. It's in Spanish. Bienvenido a la vida. Welcome to the life.